favor to John Phillips because we knew John. We had done a lot of gigs with the Mamas and Papas. They had only done about a dozen gigs in the early 60s, and half of them we did with them. And we went to Hawaii, we went all over the country with them. They were nice guys. I like John because John was an old folkie. He was in a group called the Journeymen at one time. And I knew Cass Elliot from Washington. She was in a group called the Mugwumps at one time. I didn't know Michelle, and I did not know Denny rather, until later on, when we worked together. But they were all good people, hippies, and whereas the image that the association presented was always, oh my gosh, how can I put it?
A little more preppy?
Yeah, very preppy. We were always college kids, college-looking guys, And most of us, we had just, we had went to college. We were all, even not college graduates, college dropouts, basically. And but we all wanted to, succeed in the business. And well, I guess that was the image that that's why they hated us, because we were such a clean-cut group. Although, if you, Linda McCartney had a book out, a pictorial of the 60s, and we're in it. And at the bottom, the last line is, I wonder where they are now. That was there. And this was years and years ago. And we were still working, the group has not stopped working ever since we started.
Well, back to the Monterey Pop Festival. Can you tell us what the lineup was there? Because if I read it right, I was seeing that dichotomy that you're talking about, from clean cut to Janis Joplin.
Yeah, exactly. Janis was there. She was terrific. I got to see her. We were being the opening act. We got to see everybody. We got that. I think on the second row, and we could look straight up their dresses and whatnot. But Ravi Shankar was there naturally. The sitar master. The Birds were there. I think, as I recall, David Crosby was in two groups at that time. He played in the Buffalo Springfield group as well. And he just sat in with them, and then he went to the Birds, And David was kind of I'm sorry, I don't want to say it, but he's rather loose. He loved to play with other groups, and I believe he's the only other act that I know that has had as many different groups that I've been in. I've had 4 careers. One when I was a child, and one when I was a teenager with King and I, and then one when I was a late teenager. I was 19 when I joined the New Christy Minstrels. They thought I was a little young then. And then naturally the association. I was in my mid-20s when I joined them. Although I didn't look a day over 60.
No.
You know.